Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Grade 8 Gauss contest for the year 2000. We're up to question number 15. Hopefully you've had a chance to take a look at it. I'm going to take a look at it now, and let's see what we can come up with. So, question number 15. It says, ABCD is a square that is made up of two identical rectangles and two squares of area 4 centimeters squared and 16 centimeters squared. So these guys are squares. So they're going to have side length 2 centimeters and side length square root of 16, 4 centimeters. What is the area in centimeters of the square ABCD? Okay. So this question might be a little tricky because we're trying to make a square out of ABCD, and we have to ask ourselves, okay, how are we going to put these rectangles together? How are we going to put in the two squares? And there's certainly a couple ways to do it. So I recommend, if you can, bring a pair of scissors and a piece of paper that you can cut up, and you could actually make copies of a big square and a small square and try and rearrange them so that you can get two identical rectangles around them and get yourself a square. But let's try and do it in a more intuitive approach. So we know we're going to have a big square. And we know we're going to have a big square. Of side length 4 centimeters. This is the one that has an area of 16 centimeters squared. So 4 by 4. Now we ask ourselves, well, where's the other smaller square going to go? Now, if he goes anywhere other than touching this bigger square, how are we going to make a square when out of two other rectangles when we have to fill in like this whole area here? Right? It can't be done. It cannot be done. So what we find pretty quickly is that this square has only a couple places he can go. Right? He's got to be somewhere near this big square. So what if we just stuck him off to the side like that? Well, at least we're going to have to fill in sort of this area to give ourselves a square. But that doesn't break it up into two identical rectangles, and that's what the problem says. Problem says two identical rectangles and these two squares, and that's all it takes to make ABCD a big square. Well, here's a rectangle, and maybe we could get an identical copy of him down here, but then we'd have this third rectangle hanging about. So we could keep trying. Where can we place our small rectangle? And it turns out there's only a couple places he can go. He could go right here, in which case then we'll have these two identical rectangles, or he could have gone right here, sort of kitty corner to him, and then the two identical rectangles would be on either side. So there's a couple different ways to do it. We're not saying there's a unique way. But eventually you can work it down so that you can get a square. Okay, and these guys here will be 2 by 4. They'll both be 2 by 4. And you can check that these are going to be identical rectangles. And so in total, this means that ABCD is 6 centimeters by 6 centimeters. Wow, what are we asked for? We are asked for what is the area in centimeters squared of ABCD. Okay. Well, 6 centimeters squared by 6 centimeters squared, that's going to be 36 centimeters squared. I'm sorry, 6 centimeters by 6 centimeters, not centimeters squared. So we get a final answer of 36 centimeters. Is that one of our possibilities? It absolutely is. It's D. So we bubble in D. And that does it for question number 15. So I'll see you in the next video for question number 16.